Hello, all you degenerate old schoolers, and welcome back to another episode of The Orb. Tonight we have a top 16 match for the Winter Derby. I think we had about 130 battling it out. It's been whittled down to the last 16. We have Peter on our left on what I thought was a Death Lace playmat, but the longer I look at it, I now know it's not. It's a badass looking playmat though, so props to him. On our right, we have Matt on that awesome Underground Sea playmat. So these two are vying for top 8. Let's go take a look at what decks they're on. I can tell you that most of these matches were streamed. I do not know how to stream. I believe it requires hitting a new button that I'm not familiar with, and probably some training. Since I don't have that, I just recorded them and we're getting them up. I think this happened, I know it happened just about a week ago, and here's a look at Peter's deck. Beautiful. We can see right in the middle, he's got one Sarah Angel. And once we get past that, if we can look elsewhere, he's got a playset of Dibs, a playset of Urnums, Argothian Pixies, Savannah Lions. So, I mean, what, some of the most efficient creatures in old school, all jammed in the top left corner. He's got the white removal, Disenchants, and Swords to Plowshares. Also very, very efficient. The brown mana, a myriad of dual lands, the factories, and then one counterspell, one mana drain, and a bunch of the restricted cards. But in there, in that pile of restricted cards, he does have 2 Armageddons. So Peter's looking to just jam his hand down and then turn 4 sideways, slam down an Armageddon, and then have the rest of the creatures just rush this thing out. Very good looking deck. I'm sure it's been very efficient. I mean, I know it has, right? We're down to the top 16. In his sideboard, we can see he's got some blue elemental blasts, some control magics, more Sarah Angels and Disenchants. The balance, right? Who needs that balance? I get the purpose, kind of leave it on the side, but balance is a hell of a card. I mean, that's why it's restricted. His just stays in the sideboard. He also has his last Swords to Plowshares. And the 5 white cards at the top are 3 Divine Offering and 2 Order of Lightbeer. So, well-rounded deck. I like the looks of this thing. Let's move on and take a look at his opponent's deck. And here's a look at his opponent's deck, Matt. Matt was a Solitaire player growing up, and then he found out he can play Solitaire and Magic the Gathering at the same time. That deck is called twiddle-vault. Why play with 2 players when you can just play with 1? So he wants to slap down one of those time vaults, play a twiddle on it, recall it back to his hand, draw some extra cards with Howling Mine, dig even deeper with Sylvan, shuffle that shit back up if he needs to with a Time Twister, and then do nefarious things. Just win out the game. I think most of us have seen twiddle-vault in action. If not, we may or may not see it here coming up. I haven't watched the video. Looks like an efficient build. I do love the Transmute artifact. That's like a second demonic tutor for artifacts, right? Oh, so good. It does have 1 fireball in there, so once you amass enough mana, you can come in and burn up your face, singe off your eyebrows, and put your corpse in the ground. In his board, he's got 1 Mirror Universe, a Disenchant, a couple Abyss. I can't tell what's below the Abyss. I thought it may be a Gloom, but I mean, he is running 1 Disenchant on his own. I guess he'd rather have the Gloom down. He's got 3 Red Elemental Blasts, 2 Blue Elemental Blasts, 1 Tormont Script, a Falling Star, and then here's an alternate way for him to come and kill you. 2 Random Gens, and right below there, we can see him. They're Guardian Beasts, 2 Guardian Beasts. Once he gets those beasts out, his artifacts are going nowhere. I like that tech. That may work out well. So once you can dismantle that Time Vault once or twice, it really sets this twiddle-vault deck back. So we'll see how this plays out. Let's go take a look at the games. And here we go with game number 1. Top 16 of the Winter Derby. Matt won the Walk Like an Egyptian contest, so he gets to play first. Peter narrowly missed out. He'll be on the draw. Matt throws down an Underground Sea, followed by an Ancestral Recall. That's a pretty freaking powerful start. And by freaking, I mean fucking. That is a good start. 3 extra cards in hand. See if he can parlay this into anything else. He's got a Mox Pearl. Turning that sideways for a Soul Ring. Wow. Fast mana. Turn number 1. Looks like he's already using and abusing his Soul Ring into a Chaos Orb. Wow. Matt's played out 5 cards on his first turn. Still has 5 left in hand. Peter drops down a Tropical Island and a pass. He's got 6 left in hand. He did have to start with a mulligan. 1 down. Matt drops an island out. And just a pass back to his opponent. Looks like Peter's coming up with a Tundra. And just a pass. Okay, Matt's on the move. He's found twiddle-vault number 1. It's out in play. Peter's got a factory down. Lots of draw land go on his side. Looks like we have an orb activation. And a clean hit. Taking down the white source. Tundra is dead. And I mean, that makes complete sense. You don't want to deal with that Tundra disenchanting your time vault as you're trying to twiddle it. Matt just wants to go in his closet and twiddle his own vault. Makes sense though. Here we go. Taking an extra turn. Playing out an extra time vault. Now Fellwar Stone. Wow. Regrowth. I feel like he's twiddling again, and oh no, I'm sorry. He Ancestral Recalled again. I hear that's a good card to replay. Makes sense. Draws 3 off the top. And he finds a Sylvan Library. Wow. This game is getting away from Peter in a hurry. Looks like we've added a cat to the mixture. Keeps things spicy. Peter finds another Tundra and just a pass. Matt is taking a walk through his library. Go ahead and recheck his hand to make sure he gets the right cards. He's paying 4 life, dropping to 16. First damage done to the game. Drawing 2 cards. Whoops, scratch that. He's going to pay 8 life, down to 12. Wow. Ripping 2 extra cards off the top. I mean, it already looks like he could fireball for 20. Look at all that mana. Just a pass. Still has 6 in hand. I'm kind of shocked because Peter's deck's so low to the ground. He may be playing slower just to leave some mana back open, which I've done before, especially against twiddle-vault. Here we go. First threat's down. Argothian Pixies. That does give Matt at least a clock. Digging deep and taking a walk through his Sylvan. Not only that, he is counting his mana sources up. That's kind of terrifying when your opponent does that. I mean, at this point, I think recall for 3 would be pretty spectacular. Ancestral Twitter regrowth. Yeah, something like that. Looks like Matt's dividing his cards into equal piles. Putting 1 back, dropping himself down to 8. Wow, he's going to have to go off soon. He's going to have a problem. There's a strip mine taking out another Tundra. Matt's counting up his mana sources. Making sure he's tapping the right things. And there we go. Recall. Looks like for 3. Recall's out of the game. Oh, he's pitching his Fireball, Sylvan, and City of Brass. Picks up the regrowth, Twiddle, and Ancestral. Wow. Tapping 2 for a time walk. Not even fucking around with the Twiddle. Just going on another turn here. Ripping 3 more with an Ancestral. This is wild. Yeah, and he's doing it, so same deal. Sylvan. Wow, he's going to look at... I think 6 cards right now. And he's going to keep 4 of them. Unless he wants to pay more life. So he's restocking his hand pretty well. I think Peter's off to the kitchen to make himself a sandwich. Just let Matt play it out from here. Matt can shoot him a text message to let him know who won. Yeah, there's another Twiddle. Lotus. And at this point, who even needs Howling Mines? Tapping a shit ton. Rain Geyser. I think that was Brain Geyser for 10. Down comes a Ruby. Wow, I mean, these are crazy turns. Gonna go ahead and take another turn with the Time Vault. He pitches a shit ton of good cards right to the bin. Who needs those? Digging deep with Sylvan. I saw he looks like he ripped another Recall. There's a Loa. Wow, this is getting wild. There's a Howling Mine. Double Howling Mine. Two Twiddles. So 2 turns are banked. I think Peter's off building his turkey club sandwich. Extra mayo, no tomato. Matt's still twiddling his day away. Counting his mana sources. DT, Demonic Tutor, off to find his favorite fucking card of what's left. Oh, it's 1 more Twiddle. That makes sense. I mean, at this point, I think you just Fireball for a shit ton. Recall the next turn, and then Fireball for the win. Still drawing with Loa. There's another twiddle. Another recall for 3. Pitching Howling Mine, Wheel of Fortune, Transmute Artifact. Getting back a bitch ton of twiddles. Peter's deciding what chips he should have with his sandwich. And what his favorite pickle is out of the fridge. I mean, this is going to be a top tier sandwich. Matt's turning a bunch of shit sideways. Fireball for a fuck ton. Going to a new turn. Peter's down to less than 20. Matt's got about 4 cards left in his library. Copy Artifact, that's wild. At this point, not even sure on the copy target. New Copy Artifact. Twiddling. Twiddling. Wow. Recall again, pitching a Power Sink. Getting back a Demonic Tutor. Fireball. Oh, Peter's back from the kitchen. He says, why haven't you fucking won yet? I'm just packing it in. That makes sense. Off to game number 2. Peter will finish out his sandwich and we'll take a look at what happens after these two swap out some cards. And here we go with game number 2. Peter just finished up the best fucking sandwich of his life, and Matt just got done playing Magic on his own. Peter has a pretty good start though. Loa, turn 1. That's going to be a heck of a comeback. Matt's firing down a bunch of shit. Chaos Orb. Oh man, Tundra, Pearl, Ruby, and an activated Chaos Orb. Lifting it up. Target destroyed. Yeah, that's a pretty good response to Loa. Turn 1. That's 3 mana out. Matt finds a City of Brass and an Emerald, and just a pass. I'm sorry, Peter found the City of Brass and the Emerald in the pass. It was like what I said, but different. Peter snaps out of his turkey bacon club coma and slams down the Savannah Lions. He's also got a factory hub board, so the threats are building. As long as Matt lets him play another turn or two. And look at this, Guardian Beast in from the sideboard. Thou shalt not bloweth up my artifacteth. I think that's a thing. 2/4. As long as it's untapped, can't destroy his artifacts. And that may be a problem. Wondered if Peter left his swords in to deal with creatures. I sure would have taken them out because, well, after game 1, who needs swords to plowshares? I mean, I have seen some twiddle-vaults run. You know, those Earnums in for the win. Matt aggressively ripping up Chaos Orb again. Oh man, Guardian Beast Chaos Orb is a pretty fucking good thing. One of the first combos I wanted to get together. And look at this. He is flipping an orb again. Second orb, it's a hit. Urnum Jin straight to the trash. Oh, this is going to be a problem for Peter. This is going to be a real problem. He's going to need to play out. Oh, man. It's not going to matter. He's going to have to play faster than he can flip that damn orb. 4 being tapped again. Peter drops to 18. Forces out another Urnum. The Savannah, I'm sorry, 17 forces out another Urnum. The Savannah Lions is not big enough to get past the Guardian Beast. Wow. I wanted to build this combo. I wouldn't be smart enough to build it in this chassis. But Guardian Beast Chaos Orb is so much fun. Unless your, opponent is doing it to you, and then it's fucking terrible. But it's so awesome to watch. Look at this. I mean, Chaos Orb just staying in place. Like clockwork, picking out a permanent on your opponent's side every turn and just sending it to the bin. I think I'm going to opt out of the Chaos Orb effect because I feel like we're going to see a shit ton of it. So Peter's turning again, pulling a card off the top of his library. He needs some card advantage, or even better, he needs to remove that Guardian Beast. If those Swords to Plowshares are gone, cross his fingers and hope he can find a Chaos Orb. That would take down the Beast. Tapping 2. Oh, Mind Twist for 1. That was a Wheel of Fortune he snagged there. Pretty good. Because I'm sure Matt was going to fire that wheel off next turn. Maybe not. I could be wrong. I mean, he's got control. Opts not to flip on his turn. May wait and see what Peter's up to for a better target, as that Guardian Beast can sit back and block those Savannah Lions. And that Mishra's Factory all day long. Come 2 Savannah Lions in. Looks like Matt's going to block one of Peter's Savannah Lions and just take 2 damage from the other Savannah Lions. Taps 2 and drops down an Argothian Pixies. Yeah, Matt activates Chaos Orb. Does the proxy flip to his Guardian Beast. It's a hit. Mishra's Factory's in the bin. I mean, it's kind of questionable what you do here. Do you just shut them off all your mana sources, and then you're stuck with a full hand of shit you can't play, and then just take out the last couple of creatures? I mean, you might as well do that. See what Peter comes up with here. Gotta be in a little bit of desperation mode, but his deck's still providing. Opting to block with Guardian Beast. Looks like we have another Chaos Orb activation. No, the Beast blocks the Argothian Pixies. Here we go. Another Chaos Orb activations now. That orb is landing on that Guardian Beast left and right. He chooses to take out the City of Brass. Leaving Peter with just a Tundra and an Emerald. Matt's tapping for second Guardian Beast. Ouchie. things have gone from bad to worse. Guardian Beast jams in for 2. Peter gets knocked down to 15. Matt's still sitting on 16. And Orb in for another flip. Yeah. Hits the Tundra. Peter's down to just an Emerald. Looks like someone else hopped into the server. I think Peter's moved on. He's starting to think about dessert now. Although someone's going to have to clear off all the Chaos Orb destruction. Yeah, here comes that Chaos Orb again. Falling through the air, another hit. Emerald's down. Man, Matt's gonna need... I'm sorry, Peter's gonna need like a land pearl balance. Lotus balance. And even that doesn't really take care of it. He's got 2 creatures in play. Looks like he's double blocking Guardian Beast. That says, hold on a second, let me kill one of your creatures off before damage. Makes sense. Argothian Pixies, although it doesn't take damage from artifacts, definitely gets destroyed by that Chaos Orb. Peter with no permanents left in play, just a bunch of shit in his graveyard and 5 cards in hand. Matt adding insult to injury and finding his Loa. I don't think that's going to matter a whole lot. Guardian Beast still cracking in for 2 a turn. He does have to leave 1 untapped. Peter's down to 13 and currently getting violated. More Guardian Beast action. Peter drops to 11. Matt has no targets for Chaos Orb. Looks like Matt applies a fireball to Peter's face for an absolute shit ton. And Peter says this game is dumb. Not done, but dumb. Now, congratulations to both of you for making it top 16. Hell of a feat. Congratulations to Matt. You'll be moving on to the top 8. Bonus points for Chaos Orb Guardian Beast combo, making top 16. Even though it's playing along with twiddle-vault, it happened. And it happened here. As always, thanks for watching the Orb, and have a good night.